Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on. It's probably something with Spectrum because, you know, Spectrum is the best. Yeah, I just keep dropping frames here. It's fine. Sorry about that. Give me a second here. I'm checking on the status of some of Twitch's servers here.
No one tells you how much of the job is waiting for action.
Yeah, so it's on their end. Because their servers are bouncing up. Well, apparently it's bouncing up and down. Well, not much I'm going to be able to do, unfortunately. Because it's definitely... It's definitely being a little bit hiccupy here. Oh, well. Let's keep moving forward here.
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we?
Indeed.
Speaking of surprises, you should meet my
I wanna
new
help her out.
friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble. There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Theft, vandalism, profanity, you name it, we've done it at least twice.
Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
We'll leave when we're good and ready.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
Hold up. These floors aren't just nice. These are top quality marble.
He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
No, it's not for lack of people trying, believe me.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do.
Life insurance.
We collected on your life insurance policy.
Yeah.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
But I'm sure you're much happier knowing Ellie's alive and well, right?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
So tell them Ellie's back. You'll be the talk of the town.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
I'll have you know Ellie's a professional miscreant.
Shh. Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
12-inch heels, it's
That
ridiculous.
led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Ellie, are you done with these jerks?
Not until I get some answers.
Okay.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
If you really knew your daughter, you would know quiet is not in her vocabulary.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Captain, got a minute?
Yeah, let's talk about
Can you
this.
believe those two?
Nope.
We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
They shouldn't have gotten so upset.
I wanted them to get upset. I just thought it would play out differently. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
This is a very specific fantasy.
Shh, I'm getting to the good part.
Okay.
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
How about, it's payback time and I'm collecting with interest?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story.
Go ahead.
Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red, and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
You're really hurt, aren't you?
I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know? And I've got a reputation to maintain.
Trust me, this was for the best.
I'd love to know how you describe getting kneecapped.
This episode reflects on them, not you.
But I want to talk about me now.
You can learn something from this. It's up to you to determine what that is.
Can't I just have a drink and punch some poor defenseless pillow instead? Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Keep talking.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
Okay, so how do we do this?
My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Okay, I just need to ask you a few things.
Something on your mind?
Alright, never mind. Alright, so. I guess let's go. It's all the way over there.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
No.
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
It's just Ellie, she says. Okay, just Ellie. Halcyon Passo Services.
My dear fellow,
Spacer's
Ow.
choice target sauce. A heavy sauce made with real atmospheric contaminants from plasmas. Great on fish sticks.
Insurance office. What's this? The sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group satellite office in Fallbrook on the planet of
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
on the planet of Monarch. Alright. Well, let's head back to the ship. Look at Lucas. Alright. Monarch. Fallbrook. That's right. That's where their office was.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
This planet I was hoping never to see again. And here we are. Oh, couldn't jump over him.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be...
This looks like the place. You ready to get my money or what?
Well, well. Aren't you the very picture of good health and sound decision-making?
Yes, I am.
However, we can't make good decisions all the time. Consider whoopsie-daisy coverage.
Okay.
Please note that to make a claim under this policy, you must describe your error in detail before a panel of relatives over the age of 65. And also note that doing so nullifies the privacy and dignity clause.
Well, I need to change the beneficiary on Marilyn Fenhill's life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Let's stay on topic. I just want to change your beneficiary.
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork. That's for the best.
Okay.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Well, I want to see what happens here. I'm going to save this.
You must be back for our active... Be
No.
advised
Alright,
that any
so I
case-
wanted to...
I'm afraid I still can... If we let every friend...
Okay,
relative-
she's not dead.
Of course she is. The paperwork says so.
Okay.
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with impossibly fine bone structure. That couldn't possibly be you.
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
Okay, but how would I actually change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically?
Sure.
Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
I've got 1900 bits here to say that you can do it.
I'm forbidden from accepting bribes, no matter how tempting.
Look at it as a fine that I'm paying in advance.
The employee handbook doesn't say anything about that. Very well. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month.
Thank you.
I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
That's all for now.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
Well, honestly, if that's all you wanted, you could have just stayed in Byzantium.
Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that.
Okay, I get that.
I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Good for you. Well, I'm glad you got what you wanted.
Yeah. The funny thing about getting what you want is then you gotta figure out what to do with it.
I mean,
I've never been much of a planner. Makes my eyeballs itch.
who needs a plan? Figure it out as you go.
If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day.
See, surgery
Anyway, enough of
doesn't
that.
really apply.
You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
I appreciate it, but I didn't do this for the money.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble?
You're my friend, Ellie. This is what friends do.
You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you.
Friendship is important. What else are we farting for if not the people we care about?
You don't have to get all mushy about it.
Uh-huh.
Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests.
Wouldn't want to be indebted to me, huh?
It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh?
All right, let's get a move on. So she now has a level up. I like that. I use this all the time. Okay. And she should also now have like that secondary trait. Cost of bribes reduced by 50%. She's on the team. All right. All right, next. Don't bite the sun.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Thank you, Ada. Alright, so we've done that side quest. Actually, we've done all the side quests except for Parvati's at this point. So now that we're done with her, let's take her back out. Nyoka. Dissenters in our midst. The enemy seeks to destroy our way of life. Alright. Now, let's head back up here. If your pains of focus for a target, they keep attacking that target until it's down. Alright, so fancy outfit. Let's finish.
I've always loved that.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear.
Interesting.
The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it.
There it is. The most pretentious thing I've heard all day.
You're not afraid of speaking your mind. You smolder and growl. Oh, you're just too perfect.
I know.
I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
It's like you read my mind.
Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio.
Okay.
I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
You've got a pretty high opinion of someone you just met.
Everything I need to know can be deduced from a first impression. You're an outsider. You're exotic. You carry a whiff of barbarism and adventure.
Okay.
You're the embodiment of everything I want in my new line.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep out.
Okay.
Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials.
All right, I'll help you out.
Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples.
Okay.
Also, I expect you to model for me.
Wait, what's the benefit of seeing me wear it?
My dear, fashion is a performance art. An outfit without a body is like an instrument without a player.
Okay, I can see that.
I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
All right. Okay. My engineer is going on a date and she needs a fine outfit.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Yeah, I do.
Let me get a good look at you. My word, such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
Okay, she's an engineer. You think she can afford that? She just needs to impress her true love.
Love? That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you.
All right, I guess we can swing 3,000 bits.
There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a lovely young lady deserves the best.
Okay.
Now stand back. Back! I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning. You'll be broke to bespoke in merely an hour.
Okay. 1 hour later.
And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful.
Where am I?
I hope your date sees that as clearly as I.
Where am I supposed to find spacer gear?
If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head
I
to
could
the
find more
Groundbreaker.
dead stuff. Okay. Can I buy something? See what you got for sale.
I can't wait. What can I do for you, darling?
All right. So what do we have here? 84. I need to buy these. Range weapon skill plus 10. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Five, 9. Okay. Yeah, that armor is like 84. 84. 84.
I can't.
What can I do for you, darling? For you? Anything.
Alright, never mind. I'll come back and ask those questions in a little bit. Alright.
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to...
Billingsley's?
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
Okay, well, I could use a drink.
Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there.
Aren't you the bartender?
Quite so. But I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical assistant does all the work for me.
Well, okay, well, I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, by all means, ask away.
What's it like working in Byzantium?
I don't believe in work. Work is for automechanicals and lower classes.
Are you serious?
I don't mean to sound cruel. There's nothing wrong with working. It's just so unnecessary. Why bother? We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my investment.
You picked up on any interesting rumors?
Maverick Johnston's about to release his new picture. From what I hear, they've already started shooting.
Okay, well, I should probably go. Because you are useless, sir. Very, very useless. It's back here.
I'm real sorry about your friends, Milka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by.
Thanks for saying that. You know, after seeing so many people get chomped, trip into sulfur pools, shot by marauders, I always figured we'd die young. But just because you expect it doesn't make it any easier.
How splendid. Another rung leech wandering through the streets of Byzantium.
Okay.
Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as lovely as the gardens are, what they really need is more greasy vagrants frolicking through them. And here you are, frolicking.
What a coincidence. Just now I thought I'd really like to sock this lady in the face.
Ugh, how utterly expected. You must be one of those violent vagrants I've heard tell of, wandering the system in search of brutality.
You got me.
Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness.
If the board isn't supposed to let people into the city, how'd you get here?
I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see.
What's a CIO?
Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him.
I see.
Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically the same thing.
Right.
It was a very long list.
What other ideas did he come up with?
Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves the purple ones.
Okay.
And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in a dream.
Oh, that's some conspiracy level stuff right there.
He was a true visionary. So far ahead of his time.
Wait, but what did you do to earn your place here?
I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CI.